Howdy friends, your city manager Seth Sumner here with your daily COVID-19 update. It's Wednesday, April 15th, 2020, and of course I want to start with updating you on the Tennessee Department of Health data showing what COVID-19 is looking like across not only our community but the entire state of Tennessee. And so I want to show that data to you from the Tennessee Department of Health's website. We can still see that Shelby County, Davidson County, and the metro area are the hardest hit parts of our state. And then we look here to McMinn County, and we're very thankful that we can report to you again today that cases have not went up in McMinn County, that we are again still at 5 current COVID positive cases. And I say current. This number 5, I know there was some discussion about this number going down. This number will never go down. This is an aggregate. This will say that we have had someone test positive at some point going all the way back to early March in our county. What this data also will show, as I scroll down in a second, is that 4 of these 5 people have fully recovered. So that doesn't mean that this will go down to 1. This stays at 5, and we account for every COVID positive person throughout the pandemic. And that's the way the Tennessee Department of Health is choosing to keep those records. So we know all the people who have had it. So good news, we're still at 5. Let's keep that up, folks. What we've talked about yesterday, we did have the single largest daily spike in deaths that we've witnessed so far, up 14% with 15 new deaths yesterday. Today, that number is not as high. We've got back down to the single digits. We only have 9 deaths, and that is serious. We don't want any deaths, but certainly trending back down, which is a good sign for us, with 9 deaths today. So total number of deaths now are at 135 across the state of Tennessee. COVID positive persons across the entire state of Tennessee now are 6,079, and you can see that we're continuing on this measurement here. Hopefully this is flattening, but we are in the surge week where we expected to see more and more cases, the highest number of cases to date, and we're not exactly seeing that happen, which is certainly a good thing. We don't want that to happen. We want this surge to fall flat, and let's get on the backward side of this. We have updated our ages of all of those who are affected, and what we're talking about today with our guest is especially our senior and elderly population and how much they're affected. If they become infected with COVID-19, they have a 1 in 4 or a 1 in 3 chance of perishing with COVID-19, and that is serious. That's why we have to keep it away and take care of our seniors and our elderly population. We have now 135 deceased. We've seen that just earlier in the slide. Total tests now are 80,896. So we are really ramping up our testing. We have tests available. If you have an illness, if you feel like you need a test, go to the McMinn County Health Department and get a test, 9 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday. And I'll tell you about an opportunity this weekend to be tested here in the city of Athens. So we can see how our population has been affected. We pull up McMinn County. We see 4 have fully recovered, 5 total positive, and now 361 total tests. And so that's more and more tests for us, and still only hanging at 5 COVID positive. Let's keep it there, folks. We accomplish that by you doing what you're supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, by staying apart. Do your part, stay apart. So now that we're updated on the Tennessee Department of Health numbers, I do want to welcome and introduce my guest today, Ms. Tina South, the Executive Director of the McMinn Senior Center, here to talk about, again today, we're focusing this week on our vulnerable populations and how they are being protected and how they're being helped through this pandemic. And so we just saw how much COVID-19 affects seniors and elderly persons, more so than any other age group. And so we'll get into talking about some of those things. But the McMinn Senior Center is a wonderful place. We have so much activity going on in that beautiful, nice building just on the outskirts of downtown Athens. And so, Tina, will you tell us about the McMinn Senior Center and what is it that you do?
Sure. Well, thank you, Seth. I appreciate you having us today. I never pass up the chance to talk about the Senior Center and our seniors. So I'll give you just a second or two of history about the Senior Center when it was established, which would have been in 1974. Currently, we have about 500 members, which is a lot of people to take care of. Our joining age is 50. Our most mature member turned 101 this year, Mr. John Downs. So John, if you're out there, and he does watch Facebook and it checks his email daily. So John, if you're out there, hi, and we miss you. So we have a lot of members and a lot of people that we serve. A lot of programs going on, like you said. I know the center, the city uses the center sometimes. The county, a lot of people use our center. So we have about 30 to 40 programs that go on every month, different programs. Some of our most popular programs, of course, would be bingo, choir, and then one of the programs that is most important to us would be our nutrition program. So we serve, last year I believe we served about 22,000 meals, which is a lot of meals going out to the seniors in our community. So that's kind of what we do. We're open every day, 8 to 4, Monday through Thursday. Friday we're there 8 to 1, and then of course we have Monday night dance, Friday night dance, and a lot of weekend activities too. And we're excited to get back into that as soon as we get the green light.
So it really is an activity center.
Yes, sir.
And I come and visit with you often.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of great events.
Sure.
Events outside of just senior activity
Yes,
that happen in that wonderful space. We appreciate you opening that up to the full community to use. How have things changed at the Senior Center in response to this COVID-19 pandemic?
Sure. Well, just like you said, Seth, we do serve that most vulnerable population. I was really glad to see those statistics, not glad to see them, but glad that you had them today. Because we serve that population, even before the COVID-19 outbreak and the issue was coming to the front, we've been encouraging our seniors to wash your hands. If cough into your arm, cough into a tissue, don't shake hands. As a matter of fact, about a month ago, I put some little signs up that said, "Please do not shake hands." And I know that sounded really mean, but when you shake hands with one person and then you shake hands with 20, you pass that on to everybody else. So we really were encouraging our seniors, even since October when flu season started. Be cautious, wash your hands, don't shake hands. You wave at people, smile at people, but let's keep safe. So we've been doing that for several months, and I'm hoping that helped. Not only with them having the regular flu, but then also this COVID-19, because we were open right up until the 12th of March.
Wonderful. And certainly that you were far ahead of any executive orders, and CDC guidance was even early on that, and you were paying attention and making sure to protect that population by making sure that we weren't sharing those touches.
Yes.
I appreciate that. So tell us about some of the current activities and programs. What are you doing now to take care of that population?
Well, it was a big change for us. The Senior Center, when we read the things like bingo and choir and lunch, all those things seem very, bingo is fun, choir is fun, all of those things are fun, but people don't realize that it's not just the fun. It's the fact that when we have bingo games, that means that someone wants to play bingo, so they get up, then they get dressed, then they get out to the Senior Center. Once they come into the Senior Center, we have eyes on them. So we know our seniors, and we know if they're a little sluggish today, maybe if they're not feeling just right. I'm going to guarantee you, if a senior misses a day or two, someone's going to be in my office saying, "Hey, you need to call someone." So it's not just about that game of bingo. It's about the fact that they have somewhere to go. There's a work. There's something for them to do. So So of course, when we started noticing that this was coming up, we had one of our biggest fundraisers, Bingo and Barbecue, and I do apologize to all of you who have your ticket and we didn't get to have that. We still will have that in the fall, we're hoping. But the day before, the board of directors, we talked a few days before, and we just couldn't take the risk of having 150 people in our building. A lot of them would have been seniors and passing that, so we actually closed on March the 12th. The Bingo and Barbecue was supposed to be the 14th, I believe. So we made that decision, but with making that decision to be closed, closing a building is one thing. Closing off your clientele is a whole different story. We have many vulnerable clients that if they don't get to go to the senior center and eat, they don't eat. Our Meals on Wheels clients, they're homebound. So not only do they not eat, but they don't have that wellness check every day. So we kind of, pulled back and had to adapt. How are we going to continue to serve the seniors? Of course, we work very closely with the AAAD in Chattanooga, the Area Agency on Aging and Disability, and that's who provides our Meals on Wheels and our congregate meals, along with our frozen meals on the weekend. And then we have our own in-house nutrition program, which is Lunch with Friends. Yvonne Raper was instrumental in helping us develop that program, and so that's something that we have a hot lunch for our seniors that come to the center Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So with all of those lunches being served, like I said, last year we served about 22,000 meals, which is a lot of food. And a lot of that is to people that are homebound or can't get out and get their food. So we had to take a step back. We didn't want to expose the seniors to germs. We also didn't want them to not have food. So we worked very closely with the AAAD. They gave us some guidelines on going ahead and delivering the meals. We don't deliver every day now. We deliver every other week. And they also have added more food to their delivery. So instead of getting 1 meal a day, they're now getting 2 meals a day. So what they're getting every other Thursday is 10 frozen meals, so those can go in the freezer and they can warm those up every day. And then they're also getting 10 shelf-stable meals. So it's usually a can of soup, a can of chili, some type of fruit, a milk, powdered milk or something like that. So now we know that they're getting that 2 meals a day. But one of the problems with that is now we don't have eyes on those people every day, which, the Meals on Wheels isn't just about the food. It's about me knocking on that door and someone coming to the door, me going in, and me being able to say, hey, Seth, how are you feeling today? Do you have your medicines? Are there things that you don't need? And so those volunteers report back to our coordinator, hey, Seth didn't look too great today. He looked like he was really struggling. Maybe we need to call his emergency contact and get him some help. Or, so it's not just about the meal. It's about that knock on the door. Sometimes those seniors, and this is something that a lot of us are home, a lot of us are out, but for those of you that are home and haven't seen your friends in a while, and I know I have a lot of friends that I'm really missing and I haven't seen them, but I can go on Facebook. I mean, I think that I know Beth is watching, my kids are watching. I haven't seen some of my kids in a couple weeks. So we're missing those people. But what about that senior that's at home every day? When this quarantine is over, they live this same life. They won't see another person. If they don't have a meal delivered, they may not see or talk to another person until tomorrow at 11. So that knock on the door, that telephone call, that's very important to that senior that's by themselves, and also to the seniors that come into the center. I had a gentleman one time come in, and he had on a jacket, and it kind of looked odd on him, and he said, is it okay if I wear this jacket? And I said, you can wear anything you want. And he said, well, it was my wife's jacket, and I miss her so much, and sometimes I want to just wear it. And oh my gosh, my heart was just broken, but that's a normal life for a senior. They're lonely. So the senior center is somewhere for them to go, to meet that friend, and so right now they don't have that. So the Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability has got a program, and I'm going to send you the link. If you would like to partner up with a senior, you can go to this link and get qualified. It's like a volunteer program, and they will set you up with a senior to call on a daily basis or every other day just to check on them, just to have that couple-minute conversation, because that's something that they're missing a lot. So our Meals on Wheels program, again, is continuing. We're delivering every other Thursday, so tomorrow will be a delivery day. Tomorrow I will have 400 boxes of food in my senior center that we will get out to those seniors, be it frozen meals or shelf-stable. Not only are we providing that, but the community was just unbelievable in their generosity and their outpouring to the senior center. I had people bringing toilet paper, cleaning supplies, anything that they thought seniors would need if they can't get out. So we've got our own little store at the senior center, and every other Thursday we also not only pack up the foods, but we pack up toilet paper, cleaning supplies, and things like that, and send with them so they don't have to get out where they could be, again, susceptible to this and be one of these numbers on our board. So our community is just unbelievably generous, and we appreciate that. So we are continuing to deliver meals. I know a lot of people thought, oh, they won't be delivering meals, so we are delivering meals. Yola Arrington, who is our home delivery coordinator, is making calls every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So she's calling 56 people every Tuesday and Thursday. So we're making sure that when we talk to them, then we can also ask them, meals are coming out on Thursday. Do you need anything else? Do you have your medicines? Do you have supplies? What is it that you need? So we're making sure that those things get done too, because that's a population that may or may not have what they need during this time.
And especially don't need to be getting out right now.
Correct.
With this pandemic going on. So we've talked a lot on these updates about that population, and we've asked, and I know it's going on through our churches, through just our neighborhoods, that our folks are checking on those neighbors and making sure that they're getting what they need without coming in contact with them, but just doing that check, and that means so much. So. Along those lines, I know there are folks watching that are curious that want to do more. So, how can we help?
Okay, well, right now, because again the senior center is closed, and we do have volunteers, and since we're only delivering every 2 weeks, we've got a really core group of volunteers that are coming in every 2 weeks and delivering for us. But for right now, a way you can help is give us a call at 745-6830. If you want to partner up with a senior, we still have a lot of seniors that aren't getting calls. Or I'm going to put a link on the city site, and it's the Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability. And the program, this is a new program, and it's called Tennessee Cares Through Conversation. So you can probably Google that, look that up, and go onto that link, and it may be able to set you up with a senior. Another thing that, as I was thinking of, okay, what can people do now? A lot of people are wanting to do something now. And I know a lot of you are home with young children, or maybe older children, or maybe just a house full of people and you don't know what else to do with them. How about you make some cards for us? Make some cards, get some construction paper, draw, doodle, whatever you want to do. Drop those off at the senior center, because we can take those out to our seniors. Maybe a little goodie bag. If you want to make a little goodie bag of, a little Debbie or some stickers or something, anything to let them know that, someone else is thinking about them. If we get an overrun, if we get too many of what we need, we'll pass them on to the nursing home, to the assisted livings, because again, our seniors are by themselves. A lot of them have some dementia and things like that, and they don't know why their family's not coming to see them, or why they're not seeing anyone. So that's a little, just like today we talked about it being sunshine. That's a little ray of sunshine for them to get something extra, a little handmade card or something from a child. I mean, how wonderful would that be? So that's what you can do today during this time to help us. In the future, what you can do is volunteer to deliver Meals on Wheels. We always need volunteers. It's about an hour and a half a day, and you can volunteer 1 day a week or every day, whatever you like. Something else is you can become a community partner with the center. We serve a meal Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to about 40 seniors, and we have about 12 to 15 partners that cook these huge meals and bring to us, and they are really good. Dominion brings us meatloaf, the hospital brings us lasagna, and they are wonderful. So if you have a church or a civic group that would like to do this, if you want to do it once a month, that's great. If you want to do it once a quarter, the city does once a quarter. They come and cook lunch for us. Yvonne is instrumental in that, and feed the seniors, and also it's a good time to sit down and eat with the senior. Listen to some of the stories they have to tell. It's fascinating, some of the stories they have. So you can do that. Again, volunteering to deliver meals, cooking meals and bringing them in, or if you really want to get invested, you can come and be a board member with us. We have a lot of opportunities for that. It's a good way to see just the needs of our seniors in the community, and it's just a great thing to do. You can talk to Todd Cox, Melinda King, or Ashley Priest Hicks. I believe they are on our nominating committee if you think you'd like to be a board member at the Senior Center, or if you just want to volunteer once we get up and running again. I know that we're going to have to, I was thinking the other day, how are we going to play bingo? Because that's going to be what everyone wants to do, is play bingo. So I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to play bingo with only 2 people at a table. How are we going to have choir? We're going to have to sit, 6 feet apart for a while, which is okay. So there's going to be a lot of different needs that we have once we're ready to be up and running again. So call us, go on our website, look at our Facebook page, check us out. We would love for you to come and join with us. Our joining age is 50, so for those in my class of 84, come on guys, come and join the Senior Center. It's only $30 a year, $55 for a couple, and there's still lots of things to do. Even if you don't want to play bingo, come and sing with us, come and cook with us. Just come and be a partner with a senior. Just let them have a conversation with you for a while. So, because again, if you think you all are lonely in quarantine, how do you think they feel because for them, quarantine is a lot of times every day.
Yes. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Message.
I appreciate you having us. And like I said, I would have talked for 2 hours, and most people know that I can, but I really do. Being the director of the Senior Center is something that I never would have expected that I would have done, but it's definitely the most, besides my children, the most rewarding thing that I've ever done.
I can tell you're so passionate
I
about
love
it,
sure.
and it's that same excitement every time I go in. You're there, and just
Sure.
this is going on, this is what we're doing, and just all over the place. I love that excitement.
Thank you.
I know it makes a big difference in the senior community, and so we can't wait till we're past this and we can get them back in there and get them back active and seeing each other again. So thank you, everybody that is helping out with our Senior Center, volunteering and serving on the board and making a difference in those persons' lives right now. I do have a few other announcements that I wanted to mention. Tomorrow, of course, we will have Francis Whit McMahon on the update to talk about CASA and another vulnerable population, children, right now. So we'll be switching to the other end of the age spectrum, and talking about especially Abuse Prevention Month is this month, April. So we'll see you here tomorrow for that. If you are having any symptoms, you don't know what's going on, you want to be tested, you can get tested. Right now, Monday through Friday at the McMinn County Health Department, 9 a.m. to noon, go. Doesn't matter if you are a McMinn Countyan or not, you can go to our health department and you can get tested. We have wonderful volunteers and nurses and the Tennessee National Guard out there that's helping. Go get tested. We got tests. We're waiting for you. If you need a test, if you want a test, go get it. We will also be testing, I previously mentioned Saturday. Let me correct myself here. We're actually going to be testing at Regional Park back behind the Conference Center on Sunday. This Sunday, we're going to have bigger to do than what's going on daily at the health department. We're going to do out behind the Conference Center in Regional Park. We're going to have 3 or 4 lanes worth of Army National Guard and also nurses set up, ready to test everybody that wants to be tested as long as tests last. And we have not encountered an issue where we've actually ran out of tests. So there is that caveat, but we haven't got to that point yet. So everybody that wants to be tested, come out. We'll do our best to take care of you. That's going to be Sunday, noon to 3 p.m. at Athens Regional Park behind the Conference Center. And I'll post more information about that in the morning on this Facebook page. We've got news that stimulus checks are beginning to arrive to certain populations. So I know some of you have received those, but not everybody. I think they're rolling that out to different brackets, and so So folks will get those they'll be rolled out, and sometimes they're just hitting your bank account instead of you getting an actual physical check. So make sure to check your bank account if you are due a stimulus check, to make sure that that gets in there and that you're able to take care of your family and provide the meals and necessary items for your loved ones in your household. And then finally, one thing that we were waiting to update on, we knew the governor was going live with a press conference today. He did so at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're able to report to you that that our governor, Bill Lee, is recommending that schools across the state of Tennessee stay closed for the remainder of the school year. Now, I will be checking in with our local school districts to see if they will be following with that recommendation, or if they have the authority to set something different. That will be, I know, weighing on them heavily, but the governor is recommending that schools remain closed through the rest of the semester. With that, I will. Yes, go ahead, Tina.
Just when you said that, it made me think of something. Last week I had a couple seniors come by and pick up some food, and they had mentioned to me that on their SNAP benefits, one gentleman said, I usually only get $30, and he said I had $150. So I believe that a lot of people, if they have SNAP benefits, they're getting the maximum, and I was trying to look for this email that I received last week, so they're getting the maximum amount of SNAP benefits, I believe, for April and May. And so if you do have SNAP benefits, seniors or anyone else that have those, double check that SNAP benefit, because you can use that SNAP money for food and then save maybe the cash or the stimulus for something else that's needed, medicines or heat or things like that. So double check that SNAP benefit. If you're not sure, if you have a question about this, I don't know all the answers, but I will be happy to try to help you, and I'll try to get that email up and see, because it was a lady, that Wendy Stewart, that works with the SNAP program in Chattanooga, and I asked her about that, and I had several seniors tell me that theirs went up just a large amount. So you use that money for food and then turn around and use that stimulus maybe for medicines or for shelter or something else.
That's a very good point. Thank you for making sure that we get that mentioned. And we will look forward to that link that you mentioned. We'll get that posted for folks to follow up on, and I appreciate all you do for our senior population.
Thank you. We appreciate what you do for the community, and it was a pleasure to be with you today.
Good to be with you. With that, we'll see you back here tomorrow with another daily COVID-19 update. May God bless you, and may God bless Athens.